Homeless solutions. Honolulu, Hawaii. I've been homeless for the threatening that I married somebody because I was angry. I didn't do it angry. I did it because I didn't have a way to report to God if he was listening at all, that because God did something against myself, and that's how that happened. Um, I wanted to report to God that I wanted um, a joint banking account to be honored that it was mine. And I reported the address to the courthouse with the marriage license. And I also reported that he's not really marriage material. It was alive that way in the courthouse. It was not, I didn't have a witness. I reported that. I went to the marriage license bureau with no witness to sign for the marriage license. So I asked two people in line to be married themselves by the same justice of the peace. I asked them to sign the paperwork, and they did. They signed it, and I got the marriage license, and then I kept it until about uh, it was 2002, and then in 2003 I got divorce papers. Is that right? Okay, so the following year I got divorce papers. Um, I didn't really mean to get them. I didn't care much for the marriage license. It was nothing to me because the judge didn't do anything for me. The judge didn't give any money or keys. And what was he doing? Sanctioning that he could be in the housing? I didn't say that. That's why it was in the courthouse. It wasn't really in my house. I didn't get married in my house. It was a courthouse. That's no. I have something to add. I didn't care for the marriage papers until it was a divorce report. Then I cared that it was reported divorce, and I didn't have any offer of keys or banking. So, is that always a threatening of Creator 8 that if you have a marriage license or a divorce decree, you don't pay out keys or banking having to do with having been at the courthouse? And nobody's going to jail and nobody's going homeless? And nobody says that they're sorry and pays out any kind of separation funding. They don't pay out extra money for that there's a separation. So you don't have any consequences to that there's divorce papers or marriage papers. You just pay the fee. What does that mean? Because there's such a thing as marriage, there's such a thing as divorce, there's such a thing as homeless, there's such a thing as prison, and you didn't pay off any of that. You paid off airplanes traveling and landing. You don't have an airplane landing. I would not land an airplane for you. I'm not a pilot. I didn't kill myself that way. Aunt Audrey's a justice of the peace. That's true. She was a justice of the peace for Dory, Chattel, and Johnston. And she's also a justice of the peace for the Milwaukee County Courthouse if you wanted to get any marriage license or divorce papers. Marriage license, of course, for the divorce papers is possible elsewhere. She would do marriage ceremonies. She told me she would do them on the weekends, like a Saturday or Sunday ceremony. She would do that. I do they pay her money or she just does it as courtesy? Because I know what she won't do for me. She won't give me my house and she's living in it. I'm not sponsoring her that she's a justice of the peace. She didn't help me with this problem with Charles Toe. Nope, but she packed and moved to Tucson, Arizona, and I'm not there. What's she doing in Tucson? She wants to be with Donna. They want to be friends? That's so funny. She didn't ever threaten to put Donna in prison as a judge. She used to work in the courthouse as she called it court commissioner. And she never threatened to put Donna in jail for being in my house. Now Audrey's in my house and she's not threatening to put herself in jail. That's what Mom said. That's how I found her in Tucson, Arizona by mailing address. I found her through Mom. Yeah, otherwise I don't know where Aunt Audrey is at all. She could be in Milwaukee or she could be anywhere on earth. I have no idea without Donna, and that's so funny. She's supposed to put Donna in jail. So what is the threatening? You want to be all very well behaved on money people? I don't think that about you ever. No, what are you doing anywhere near me? I want to be alone. Why can't you be well behaved someplace else? You act like my house wouldn't take care of me, but it would if you were on the outside. I don't need you. You want to teach me how to be around yourselves? I don't want to be around yourself. And I did learn some few things I didn't want to learn, like how to service all of your boyfriends. How come Donna's not servicing a boyfriend every day because she's so old? You don't do that to the old people, but you don't mind doing that to Moshe. You have your values all screwed up.